Hey lovelies, welcome back. It's your girl Katie here, and today's video is going to be an almost full face of new to me products. They're not like new products, but they're products that I've never tried and that I'm going to be giving you guys my first impressions on them. So to no further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so my face is already prepped, ready to apply foundation first. I just prepped it with moisturizer. Alright, so the foundation that I have to try out today is this one here from Tier. This was super popular, like trending on TikTok a while back, and I bought it because everyone was talking about it, and then it sat in my drawer and I never got around to trying it. So yeah, so I haven't tried this yet, but I've been wanting to try it. I've heard good things about it, so we'll see if it lives up to its hype. But anyways, so I got it in the shade 21 in Ivory. I did buy this off of Amazon, so I'm hoping it's my shade, but we'll find out. Anyway, so it's a cushion foundation. It has its own little sponge that everyone says is really good. I have a brush and my own sponge, just in case this doesn't work. But anyways, so we're going to try this out. This item was really popular, and even I think a little bit on YouTube I've seen people talking about it as well. Alright, so here's what it looks like. So I heard with this product, like, you're supposed to tap into it and then tap off some of the excess and then go into it, because I think some people were just dipping into it and then just going in like straight away, and I heard it can get kind of cakey, but we'll see. So here's the moment of truth. I hope it didn't like dry out, because I got this, like I said, a while back, and I remember opening it to look at it, but then I never used it. So I'm going to tap off the excess. I don't really know what I'm doing, but anyways. Well, I think it's not a bad match, I hope. Ooh, that is... Ooh, I don't think I tapped off enough coverage. Ooh, that is a lot of coverage. I see what they mean about tapping off the excess. Geez, I didn't think I tapped into it that much. This sponge must pick up a ton. Oh my gosh. This is like full coverage. Alright, give me a minute. I'm gonna have to blend this out. Oh my gosh. Man, they were not kidding when they said this is some good coverage. I hope it doesn't dry down too quickly, or I'm in a world of trouble. Okay, so I think I'm already noticing that this is not my shade, obviously. Oh my gosh, this looks horrendous on camera. In person, it's not that bad. Alright, that sponge is not working for me, so I'm going to go in with something else to kind of help with this. Alright, so I think I have it blended out. The lighting in here is not the greatest. I mean, if I was looking at my vanity, you know, with my lights, it would be fine, but because I'm in front of the camera with my ring light, and I think I have it all blended out. Not gonna lie, I think that's the first time I've ever been scared putting on foundation with how awful it looked in the beginning. Like, once I've gotten it all blended out, it's fine, but I was scared there for a second, especially because I was afraid it was gonna dry down really fast. And then I was going to have like really streaky makeup, but I think I got it blended out in time. I don't really like that little sponge. Maybe it's, I think it's a little bit of error on my side, because I think I got way too much. I didn't think it had enough product in there, but I think it had plenty of product in there. It just wasn't really showing up when, like, it looked like that when I first applied it, and I was like, oh, there's nothing on it. But there was quite a bit, as you guys saw. Obviously, I'm not going to like be able to like review, like, or at least in this video, I'm not going to be able to tell you guys like how it wears throughout the day. I am really curious to how it wears. I will say it looks pretty nice on the face. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit. Oops, wrong way. like, it looks pretty nice on the skin. Like, it doesn't, like, obviously I have textured skin, but what I'm really noticing is I don't see it clinging or making me look super dry in some areas. And it really, even though the coverage was like, I'm going to zoom you guys out. I'm going to zoom you back out. Sorry, I got distracted. Even though, like, it looked really scary with how thick it looked, it really doesn't feel really heavy on the skin. Like, it feels like a skin tint almost. Yeah, I like it. We'll see how makeup applies. Like, we'll see how other products layer on it. But so far, I like it. And I think the shade match is pretty good. Like, I don't know, it looked really scary at first. I do have like a lot of redness, so I feel like foundation, when I'm first putting it on and I haven't blended it all out yet, it looks really bad on me because you're like, oh my gosh, you look really pale. But now it doesn't because I got it all blended out and you can't see any redness anymore on my face, so I look like all one color now. Alright, do you think I'm focusing a little too much on the foundation? But so far, I really like it. I like how it looks on the skin. Sorry if I'm all over the place. Today's been a long day, so I'm tired. Also, don't excuse those nasty looking marks on me. I was working out in my garden and I got attacked by ants and they left me some very pretty kisses. Alright, next up for concealer, I have this concealer here from Alley Oop, I think is the brand, and this is their Game Face Second Skin Concealer in the shade Standout. I am not familiar with this brand. I think I got this in a subscription box, and it was just one of those products I hadn't gotten around to trying out, so hopefully it's in my shade. It honestly looks a little dark, so we'll see how this goes. I feel like, oh, I was like wondering, the cap kind of felt funny, and apparently it's got a little blender in there. That's kind of cute. Like a little sponge blender in there. I don't really want to use that, but that's cool that it has that. This honestly it doesn't look too dark. I don't know. We'll see. It looks a little darker than what I normally go for, but I've noticed lately that I think my skin has gotten a little bit darker just from spending time outside a little more. So I probably honestly need to change up my concealers, the ones that I'm using right now. Alright, so we'll see how this applies on top of what I already have. Sorry if I get out of frame. I'm trying to have my mirror, but you might see my mirror, so I'm trying to avoid you guys, like, my mirror covering up part of the screen, but I'm also having to lean forward to see what I'm doing, so I haven't done a tutorial in so long. Honestly, I was just thinking about that today. I was like, man, I haven't filmed me trying makeup on in person or a tutorial in a really long time. Which I think I used to do those a lot in the beginning, but then they never really got much views, so I stopped doing them because nobody seemed to really be interested in tutorials anymore. But let me know in the comments, do you guys still watch tutorials? Do you want to see tutorials? I mean, I'm not against doing tutorials, I just never know what to film. So I just film, like, what gets the most views in a way. Not just that, it's whatever I like filming. Plus, I'm more inclined to film something if you guys enjoy seeing it. Like, you guys really seem to like my Shop My Stashes, and my BoxyCharm unboxings still do pretty good. Like, they're not doing, like, amazing, but, you know. But you guys seem to like watching those as well, so I do a lot more, like, unboxings and stuff, but I am open to doing tutorials again if you guys are interested, but just let me know down in the comments if you are. And if you are interested, let me know what kind of tutorials you'd like to see. Alright, so that seemed to blend out just fine. Got some coverage. I mean, I feel like that foundation kind of covered up everything, so I feel like adding I don't really think I needed a concealer on top of that foundation, to be honest, but, you know, doesn't hurt to have a little more coverage. Somebody's texting me. I'm going to go ahead and, well, let me set my face first. I was going to do my brows, but I don't. I think I need to set my face first. Alright, so So the setting powder I'm going to be trying out today is from BYOD. Is it Body or, I don't know, Boyd? I don't know. Whatever brand that is. Again, another brand I've never heard of. I think it's BYOD. Oh, it's Be Your Own Desire Cosmetics. Oh, this one has its own little puff. Have I tried this already? I don't know if I did. It doesn't have the sticker on it, so now I'm thinking I did, but I honestly don't remember, so it's going to be like the first time. I'm going to pour some in this cap here. It's a loose setting powder, by the way, if I didn't already say this. I think it's supposed to be translucent. It is. I remember it seeing, because it was in a box still, so I assumed it was not opened yet, but I may have. Anyways, it said it was like a matte setting powder, which I was kind of curious to try out. I honestly been liking applying with a brush. I know some people use like these little puffs, which is super dirty because I use it, but I don't know. I'm kind of torn like whether or not to use this or not. I don't know if I like it because I feel like it makes my under eye look really dry when I apply that much. Maybe I need to tap off the excess, but I just feel like what's the point? So I just like using a brush, which I don't know if I got enough on there. Alright, so I'm just gonna lightly set my face because I do have drier skin. Like, I'm not usually that oily, so I don't really need that much powder to set my face. I just kind of do a light set, because if I do too much, then it makes my face look really dry. Like, it kind of usually clings to my dry areas. But when I do wear foundation for a long time, it does start to get a little oily. So I don't know, does that mean I'm mixture skin? I'm more dry though. I think it's just, you know, wearing foundation all day. I think anybody's bound to start looking a little greasy. But like throughout the day, my face doesn't get greasy on its own. It's only when I wear a lot of foundation. I don't like this packaging. It's really hard to get it out. Like, the holes are really small, so I'm like really having to, like, it's coming out, it's just I keep having to go in. I don't know, maybe that's not a bad thing, because then I don't get too much powder. It seems to be setting my face pretty nicely though. I kind of think that foundation might have oxidized a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I look a little, my skin looks a little darker. Of course, I think this powder is supposed to be translucent. I think yours is translucent, right? This says loose powder. It doesn't say that it's, oh yeah, it does. It does say translucent. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put that puff back in there. I'm so off my game today. Alright. Alright, so there's that. My face looks set. My hair looks so crazy today. It's been raining a lot where I live, and like, we've gotten a lot of rain, like more than usual. And so now it's getting warmer, and so that means the humidity is high now, and yeah, it's just a bad mixture. But I'm thankful for the rain. Can't complain. Rain's always good. Maybe not quite this much that we've been getting, but because our roads around here have been flooding really bad. And then that means because I live off of like it's not a dirt road, but it's a gravel road, I guess. So we have a lot of potholes right now, and just a lot of like holes and things on the road from wash. And like, it's because it rains so much, we have a lot of washout now. Alright, so going in for brows right now. I'm just going to do this real quick because I don't have a new brow product to try, so I'm just using the one that's in my project pan. This is the $1 Billion Brows. Brows on Point. Brow pencil here in the shade Taupe. I'm just going to do this real quick. Powder set my face well. It doesn't make me look dry in any areas, so far I like it. And I think I do look pretty matte. I don't know, I don't look like overly matte, but then again, I didn't go in super heavy, so keep that in mind. Alright, so next up, moving on to bronzer. So this is one of the products that I just bought today. I know I kind of broke my no buy thing, but I told you guys I was not going to be like super strict on that. But I've been seeing these all over the place, and I really want to try them. So for bronzer, I picked up the NYX Butter Melt Bronzer. I have it in the shade BMBO2, which is all butted up. Butted up? I think it's supposed to be like buttered up. I think it's not buttered up. I bet that's what it is. Anyway, so here is what it looks like. I did swatch it already, and I had swatched it before I bought it from, like, you know, Ulta. They have their little testers out. I'm hoping this will work for me. I will say it's like a very glowy looking bronzer, so we'll see how that works for me, because I don't know. I'm gonna keep my first impressions to myself, because I can't judge too much based off a swatch, you know. I mean, I can, but I don't think that's really fair. So I'm just gonna go in with a little brush. I'm gonna go in lightly because it did seem pretty pigmented to me. So I will say this feels almost like a cream, like when I swatched it, but it is powdered, so that kind of like confuses me a little bit, because I'm like, it feels creamy, but it's a powder. How do you feel creamy? Anyways, let's go ahead and go in. I'm gonna go in super light, because like I said, it seemed pretty pigmented, and it is. So I'm glad I went in lightly first. It smells really good. You know, it reminds me, like, it smells a lot like the Physicians Formula. Like, the smell of it reminds me of the Physicians Formula bronzer. So if you're familiar with that, that's what it smells like to me. So far I'm liking it. I was kind of concerned that the shade of it wasn't going to, like, because sometimes it almost has like maybe a smidge of like pinky kind of reddish tone to it, and sometimes those don't always look very good on me. I notice that they make me look very muddy, and I don't like that look. I like more of a cool toned bronzer, maybe a little bit warm, but not too warm. I'm really more of a cool toned kind of bronzer gal, so when I saw that it was a little more on the warmer side, I guess, I wasn't sure I was going to like this. Like I said, I've been hearing so many people talk about this that I really wanted to try it for myself. But so far I really like it, so I think I understand the hype now. But I will, like I said, it is really pigmented, so you don't need a whole lot. Like, I'm barely tapping in, and I'm tapping off the excess. And you can see it's pretty pigmented. See, on camera it looks really kind of like reddish, but in person it doesn't look that way. First impressions, I like it. Again, so a lot of this stuff I'm not going to be able to do like a wear test on. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to, because I'm lazy and I don't want to wear this all day. Honestly, I'm going to probably wipe this off afterwards, because it's getting to be evening and I gotta go cook dinner, so I'm quickly filming this and then I'll be doing that next. Because baby girl has a bedtime and I need to get her fed. Alright, moving on. So like I said, I think I like it. I think I needed to go a little lighter. I think I went a little too heavy in on this side because it's a lot, but we'll see how blush looks on top of that. Alright, so blush. So I have this one here. I got in a subscription box. I don't know what the brand is. I want to say it's Il Makiage, but I'm not sure because on the back it doesn't say the brand. Okay, it says I'm Pro Makeup. Maybe that's the brand. I'm Pro Makeup. I don't know, because like usually, you know, like normally they have like the brand name on like the front, but it's just their logo. I don't even know how the logo goes. Is like this. It kind of reminds me of the Il Makiage, I think is what it's called. I think this is, isn't this? Because this is the Il Makiage palette. Right there. Can you see that? Yeah, see, Il Makiage. That looks like the symbol. I think it is, unless it's like a... Do those not look the same? I think they do. So, maybe this is Il Makiage. Anyways, this is in the shade Bootylicious. Bootylicious, okay? It's a baked blush. Again, another product that I got in a subscription box that I have not tried out yet. Usually I don't try it. That's like, normally that happens whenever I get... Well, I was getting 2 subscription boxes there for a bit, and I would always try out one or the other. But sometimes in my BoxyCharm boxes, I'll get 2 of the same, not like the same products, but same category. Same category, like 2 blushes or something. Anyways, so going in with this. It looks pretty pigmented, so again, I'm going to go in pretty light-handed. Ooh, that is pigmented. But it's a really pretty shade, though. I really like the shade. Am I going in with too much? Probably, but oh my gosh, I stood back and it looks really bad. It doesn't look that bad in person, though. Like, I always feel like the camera makes everything look like 10 times what it looks like in person. So now I look burnt, but that's okay. I like to put a little on my nose. I just look sunburnt now. But in person, it doesn't look that bad. So why does the camera make it look so bad? I don't know. I don't know. It's very pigmented, though. You can definitely see it. So I like it. It's good. Alright, and then for highlighter, I have another one of the NYX products. This is their Buttermelt Highlighter. I have it in the shade Bright and Butter. I guess everything's butter themed? I don't know. I didn't get to swatch this in, like, before I bought it. They didn't have a tester out for it. So, but I grabbed, like, the lightest one because I figured that would work for me. If I can get it open. So far, not impressed with the packaging. It's hard to open. Oh my gosh. I mean, I know it has a sticker on there, but I thought I peeled the sticker down. And I accidentally peeled off the backs, but which I kind of need the back on there because it has the shade name on there. Whatever. Anyways, going with this. So I'm going to take a small brush here, and I'm just going to go in. Ooh, that glow though. Dang. Ooh-wee. Now that's the type of glow I like. And it smells good too. Kind of has a little bit of the same scent as the bronzer does. But that is super blinding. I like it a lot. I'll tell you, the camera would just be doing me dirty right now. Like, I do not look that red in person. Or maybe I do. Maybe I'm... Oh my gosh. I swear, my camera's doing me dirty. It's very blinding. I like this a lot. Alright, a couple more products, and then we are done. So, let's see, what would be next? Okay, eyeshadow. So, the palette I have to try out today is from Anastasia. I got this a while back. It's the Soft Glam palette. This is probably an old palette, but I haven't tried it yet, okay? I know it's been out for a while, but I haven't used it. So I'm going to try it out. So I'm going to do a very simple look because I don't want to spend like a ton of time doing an eyeshadow look. I'm going to take out the little brush. I never use these brushes. Like, they come with their own brush, which is nice, but I don't like duo brushes because I always feel like when you set them down, like one way or another, one of the bristles is going to be getting, one of the brush sides is going to be getting kind of squished when I sit it down. Anyways, so I think I'm going to go into the shade. Let me get my brush. First off, here's what the palette looks like, if you hadn't already known. So I think I'm going to go into the shade Dusty Rose right here. And I'm just going to do just like a light, ooh, a lot of kick up. Ooh, ooh, you see all that? Anyways, I'm going to do like just a very light layer of that. Like I said, I'm going to keep it pretty simple, so I'm just going to blend that out all over the lid, kind of bring it up a little bit. I'm just using a fluffy brush. This is like my favorite eyeshadow brush. I got this a long time in an Ipsy bag, like way back in the day. That not like my recent Ipsy bags. I want to say that like 8 or 9 years ago, I got this in a Ipsy bag. I don't even know the brand or what. Like, I've used it so much, all the writing on the handle is gone. It like rubbed off. But this is my favorite eyeshadow brush. I don't know, it's just the perfect fluffiness. The bristles, even though it's like 8 years old, and I've used the crap out of this. The bristles are still really soft. I've washed it I don't know how many times. Like I try to take care of my brushes, but I mean I have so many eyeshadow brushes, and I will still always go for this one over any brush. It's always this one. I've tried using other brushes to do my eyeshadow with, and I'm like, I can't. I need this brush. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm gonna do if this brush ever breaks or like falls apart. Because I also don't know what the brand is, because I should have written it down, but I don't know what the brand name is, so I don't know if I can ever find this brush again. So yeah, I'm just trying to take the best care of it as I can. And yeah, this eyeshadow is super, super pigmented. Like, that took no time at all to build it up to what it is right now. It's really pretty. I really like that color. It's like the perfect cool toned. I don't even know, brown? Is it a brown? It's called Dusty Rose, so I guess it's a rosy color, but it just looks like a cool tone purple brown. Maybe a mauve? Would that be considered a mauve? I don't know. I'm not a color pro person. I don't know all the colors. I don't know all the names. I'm terrible at describing colors, obviously. Sorry if my voice sounds funny. Ever since I've gotten like that cold a while back, like it's taken a while to get my voice back to normal. It's still not normal yet, so pardon. Plus I probably didn't drink a lot of water today, so that probably doesn't help. Alright, so that's all blended out. I'm not being like super thorough, but it looks good to me. But yeah, super pigmented. A lot of kick up, I will say. There's like a lot of like, I dipped in very lightly and it still like had a lot of kick up, which I don't know if that necessarily is a bad thing. I really don't want to do like an overly complicated look. I'm honestly just thinking about dipping into this rosy pink shade here. That's what it's called, rosy pink. This pink looks really pretty. So I think I'm just going to go in with that. Just, ooh, that is so silky smooth. Dang. I was not expecting that, but I'm just going to tap that all over my lid. That's a really, really pretty shade. I really like the way this is looking. But man, I'm impressed with how silky smooth that shade feels. I think it feels like literal butter. And I'm not trying to be like over dramatic. It really feels super smooth. Super soft feeling. Alright, and then I think I'll go in with a flat brush real quick. And I'm going to take that black shade there and I'm going to just kind of give the illusion of like eyeliner. I'm not going to draw a wing. I'm just going to like just lightly kind of like tight line, I guess, in a way. Just give that illusion of eyeliner without actually putting eyeliner on. That's like my little hack. Because I'm really not the greatest at drawing a wing. I mean, I used to back in the day. I used to do a wing. Not like a great wing, but I would do a wing every time I did my makeup. Do like the whole liquid liner on top. Now I'm just like, I don't want to do that. I've gotten a little bit lazy when it comes to my makeup. Also, you know, having a toddler. You gotta do your makeup quick. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know what they're gonna be getting into. Like, for the most part, my husband, like, when he's home, he will definitely watch her while I'm doing my makeup or anything, while I'm getting ready. But there are some days that he's not there, you know? And I gotta get ready quick. You know, she's always getting into something. So, I gotta be quick. And, yeah. So, my makeup application has definitely changed a bit. It's more about get it on quick and get out the door. I'm not going to spend no 3 hours on my makeup. I will spend 30 minutes tops, maybe 45. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and quickly finish up the rest of my eyes off camera. I'm just going to go back in with this shade that I used in the beginning to do my bottom lash line. Maybe use a little bit of the black just to smudge it out. Maybe put a little bit of eyeliner on, like in my waterline and stuff. And then I will be back to try out the rest of the products. Alright, so I'm back. Bottom lash line done. Put a little eyeliner on in my top waterline, and I did a white in my bottom waterline. Alright, and then I also put some of this highlighter in my inner corners and also on my brow bone, just because this palette doesn't really have like an icy shade, and I prefer more of an icy shade in my inner corners, just because, I don't know, I like the way it looks, and it makes it look really bright. Alright, so moving on. So I have a mascara to try out here. So this is the one from Patrick Ta. This is their Major Volume Mascara in the shade Black. So here's what it looks like. Packaging. It says 4 eyes on it. Where else would you put mascara? I don't know. That's kind of funny to me. I don't know why. Here's what the wand looks like. I prefer these kind of bristles. I don't like the silicone bristle ones. I don't know why. I just feel like they don't really ever separate my eyelashes very well. But yeah, let's just try this out. It's supposed to be Major Volume Mascara, so we'll see. I mean, I don't curl my lashes. Those things actually scare me. Those eyelash curlers. I'm always afraid of ripping out my eyelashes. So I'm sure it would help if I curled them, but I don't want to. And my eye keeps twitching, which is probably from a lack of sleep, because baby girl's not been sleeping the best these past days. So yeah, which means I haven't been sleeping well for these past few days, and my eyes always start twitching when I haven't gotten enough sleep. I don't know why. Anyways, back to the mascara. Just applying it. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really seem like it's doing much. Like, it's lengthening. I wouldn't say it's giving major volume, but I might need to build it up. So I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to do the other side, and then I'll go back in with a second coat once that kind of dries. I don't know. I'm not super picky when it comes to mascara. I just like a little bit to lengthen and stuff and kind of help separate. I've never been big on the whole fake eyelash look. I think sometimes it looks a little silly, because I think some girls go a little overboard with the lashes, like. But you know what? To each his own. If it makes them happy, then who am I to say anything? Like, to each their own. But for me personally, I don't like the way fake eyelashes feel on my lids, and I just don't like the way they look either. I prefer more of the natural eyelash look, but I don't know. That's just me. I'm gonna wait for that to dry for a minute, and then I'm gonna go back in with a second coat, because honestly, first impressions, first layer, it lengthened them, but it didn't volumize them, and not considering it says Major Volume Mascara, that's what it's called. So I would expect some major volume, and so far that is not doing that. So I don't really know how long it needs to dry, so I'm gonna just go in with a second coat and we'll see how that goes. I like the wand though. Ooh, I almost poked my eyeball, and the eye twitching is not helping. So second coat on. I mean, it's volumizing a little bit, but I wouldn't say major volume. Like, I'm not blown away. Do I need to apply more? Oh, I stabbed myself that time. Oh! My eye is not happy now. Oh, and I just made a mess. Oopsie. Hold on. Well, there's that. Okay, I just kind of got a bunch of black underneath my eyelashes now, and I think I'm making it worse. Alright, so we're going to ignore that. I'm going to have to clean that up. Hold on a second. Alright, I tried to clean it up as best as I can. That's as good as it's going to get. Alright, what was I doing? Alright, adding a second layer. So let me just add it on the other side. Honestly, I don't really see a lot of major voluming going on here. It's really not building up that much, and I'm really not. If it takes more than 2 coats to get the effect, I'm probably not going to do it. Man, I'm just super messy with it right now, though. I just got it on the top of my lid. So yeah, I'm just going to stop now because it's not going so well for me. Alright, so first impressions, it's mascara. I don't think it did that much for my eyes. It's not bad or anything, but I would not say that it's a major voluming mascara. I mean, like I said, I did put 2 coats on. I think I waited the appropriate amount of time for it to dry, and really it's just not building up that well. It doesn't look bad. Definitely lengthened them. I think they look pretty. This is like how I like it to look, but if, you know, if you're going to advertise major voluming, I would expect it to do a major voluming, and I'm sure, I mean, Patrick Ta is a more pricey brand, expensive brand, I would call it. I don't know how much this retails for. Like I said, I get most of my stuff in subscription boxes, but I would imagine that it's at least $20-something, if not more. Anyways, so there's that. Alright, so last but not least, I'm sorry this video is so long. I'm going to zoom you guys out a little bit now, just because I don't really feel like you need to be so zoomed in. Last product is I have some lip stains from Peri Peri. These are their ink velvet lip stains. There's the brand. Sorry, my ant bites look so bad. Anyways, these are their velvet lip ink. No, not velvet. Ink velvet lip stains. I have one in the shade 17, which is nude, and the other one is oops, I had that backwards. 17, which is their rosy nude shade, and then 27, which is just nude, it says on there. Anyways, I have 2 here because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to try out. I don't know. They both look really pretty. This one's definitely more of a pinky nude, and then this one's pretty dark, so I think I'm going to go with the lighter one just because I'm not sure that this one might be a little too dark. So I'm just going to apply this. Ooh, it's very matte though. I had another one from Peri Peri that it was like a glossy one. So this might be like the matte version of that. I like the glossy one a lot. It smells like strawberries. Like the synthetic smell of strawberries. Not real strawberries. That's a really pretty color though. Alright, so I'm just going to let that dry down. I believe this is an ink. Or not ink, I keep calling it ink. I believe this is. Now I'm doubting myself. I bought these off of Amazon a while back. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be a lip tint, because I thought that's what they're kind of known for, is their lip tints. This is in the shade Strawberry Nude, by the way, not just nude. So Strawberry Nude. And then the other one's in the shade, I don't know, because it doesn't say. It's in a different language. So maybe Rosy Nude is the actual shade. But they are made in Korea, so I believe this is a Korean makeup brand. Yeah, I bought it off Amazon a while back. I think they were like, don't quote me on it, but I thought they were like $10 each. No more than that, because I'm cheap, so I don't know how long I'm supposed to wait for it to dry down. It doesn't feel like it's drying down. Watch it not be a lip tint. It's just a liquid lipstick. But it is really, really pretty. I mean, I could just wear it like this. At first I thought it was super matte, but now it's kind of like, it's got enough little bit of glossiness to it to where it's not super matte. But it is like more of the matte shade. Like sometimes I have to always go over with a gloss because if it gives me that whole dry butthole, that's kind of gross, but anyways, you know what I'm talking about, where it gives you like that super dry, your lines in your lips are like super crusty looking and it just looks gross. But this, I mean, even though I can see all my lines in my lips, like it doesn't make them look crusty. I don't know how long it's been, so I'm going to kind of wipe it off and we'll see. Again, I bought these a while back, so I can't remember. I thought they were supposed to be lip tints. because the other one from that brand is a lip tint. So hopefully that was enough time. I think it is, because I'm wiping it off and my lips still look super pink. Or am I delusional? I feel like my lips look still really, really pink, and I've wiped it all off. Like I don't feel it anymore on my lips. Like, I'm not like aggressively wiping, but I wiped off enough that it should not be still on my lips. Yeah, that is super pretty. I really, really like that. Yeah, and it looks like I have lipstick on and I don't. Wow, I'm pretty impressed. I'm kind of curious what that other color would look like now. I was kind of hesitant because I was worried it was going to be too dark, but yeah, that's super pretty. And then I would just probably go in with like a gloss. I mean, honestly, I could just leave it like this. I don't have a setting spray to try out because honestly, I kind of felt like it was pointless to do first impressions on a setting spray. I have a couple that are probably that I've never tried before, but I mean, setting sprays, you definitely have to like use them all day to know if it works or not, because me just spritzing on my face and be like, woo, looks great. That doesn't really do anything. Setting spray, the whole point of a setting spray is to set your makeup and help it last all day. So I wouldn't know, you know, I wouldn't be able to give a review on it unless I set my face and then wore it all day long. But the rest of the products I can definitely give my first impressions on. But there you go, guys. That is all the products. So let's kind of do like a run through real quick. Again, I'm sorry this video is taking so long, but I have a lot to say. What can I say? Anyway, so going back through, foundation, I really liked it. Everything applied on top of it really well. The coverage, I will say I'm pretty impressed by the coverage. I did go in kind of heavy-handed on accident. I didn't mean to. I had heard people say, be careful, you know, tap off all the excess product, and I thought I did, but I guess I think I went in too heavy-handed, so I'll definitely be playing around with this. But even though I went in a little heavy-handed, it still blended out, and I think it looks really good on my face. The only area that maybe it looks a little bit cakey is on my chin here. I think I got a little too much. Like around the mouth area, I noticed I put way too much on around. But the rest of my face looks really nice. Like, I can barely tell that I have, I mean, granted, I have very textured skin, so you're kind of tell that I have foundation on. I'm going to zoom you guys in just for a second, just to kind of, I'm going to squat down, but just so you guys can see how my face is looking. Like I said, I have very textured skin, so not that, like that filter perfect skin. Like you can see a lot of my texture there, and I have large pores. But what I'm looking at is it doesn't look, okay, maybe it looks a little cakey, like between my brows. But again, I think I got a little heavy-handed here on my chin area and on my brow area. But even though I went in a little heavy, it really doesn't look that bad. Like let me zoom you guys out now. I've used other makeups, like other foundations, where you can just see it on the skin. But this one, I'm pretty impressed with. So this might become my new favorite foundation. If I wasn't doing a project pan right now, I might use this like every time I do my makeup just to get to really know it. My eye's twitching. I am super curious how it's going to wear throughout the day. I won't be able to do that today. I'll have to update you guys later on sometime. Maybe, or maybe I won't. Just my own personal update, I guess. I'm curious to see how it wears throughout the day. I'm curious to see if I'll get oily or not. But first impressions, I really, really like it, and the coverage is insane. So this is definitely a win. Alright, moving on. Let's see. Then concealer. Concealer, I don't know. I kind of don't know how I feel about this because that foundation was so heavy. Like, not heavy, but, you know, like full coverage. I almost feel like I didn't need a concealer. So, I mean, this blended out. It's not super creasy or anything, but I can't really say anything about the coverage because I didn't need any more coverage. I didn't really have any blemishes to cover up or anything. Like I said, that foundation was very heavy. Not heavy. I keep saying heavy. Not heavy, as in I can feel on my face, but very full coverage. So I may have to use that again another time on my own personal time to test it out again, because first impressions, like, it blended out, but that's all I can really say. I can't really say of the coverage wise. Powder, I think the powder worked just fine. I did add a bunch of glowy stuff, so now I kind of look glowy, but I don't think it's oily glowy. I think it's product glowy, like I'm just shiny from the products. But it didn't make me look dry, so that's good. So I like it. What's next? Oh, the bronzer I actually really like. Like, I was kind of worried at first, but completing the look, it worked out just fine. Like, it added a nice little glow to my face. It doesn't look too muddy on me. So this I do like. Again, I'll have to see how it wears throughout the day later on. Let's see then what's next. The blush I really like. Even though the camera's doing me dirty with the blush, it really looks good in person. Like, it does not look too bright in my opinion. Maybe I need to go look in a different mirror, but in this mirror I look fine. Camera I look crazy. But super pretty color, very pigmented obviously. So yes, this is I like this a lot, and it's a beautiful shade. Highlighter, I really like the Buttermelt, the NYX Buttermelt highlighter. Very glowy, very what I like. Looks beautiful as an inner corner highlight. Looks beautiful under the brow, on the cheeks, you know, on my nose. I like it. Pretty impressed by these two, by those two NYX products. Let's see what else. The eyeshadow palette, beautiful, pigmented, blended out. It does have quite a bit of kick up. I will say that as the matte, you can tell right there. You can tell like it looks like I really use that a lot, but honestly that was just me dipping in a few times. So I will say there's quite a bit of kick up, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just, you know, that's just me being overly critical, like me looking for things to complain about. The shades are really pigmented. They blended out, the matte blended out really well. I mean, I only used 3 shades out of, you know, the whole palette. But the shades I did use, I liked. The black was pretty pigmented, went on very well. I really liked the shimmer. It's a beautiful rosy pink. Not like super shimmery, but enough shine that I'm happy with how the look turned out. So I really like the palette. I always really like Anastasia's. I'm a big Anastasia palette fan. Like, I always like her palettes. Okay, what else? I'm like looking down at all the products. Oh, the mascara. It's okay. It's okay mascara, but I really wasn't like impressed by it. You know, considering it's Patrick Ta, and I feel like it's an expensive brand, but it looks nice. But I definitely would not go and spend the full money on this. I'm glad to have gotten it in a subscription box, but I would say that it's not what it advertised itself as. It's not major voluming, unless I'm just reading this wrong. This has major volume mascara on here, so I would not say that it's that. It's a good mascara, but yeah, that's all I have to really say about it. I don't see it unless it's just my lashes, but it doesn't look super voluming. So there's drugstore. I'm not trying to be mean, but there's drugstore mascaras that do just as much as this one did for my lashes. And let's see, lastly, I really like this lip stain thing. Like, look, my lips look really pink, and like, is there a little bit of rub off? I don't think there is. Is that from, no, I think that's just my finger. I really like these. Peri lip products have quickly become my favorites. Like I said, I used, which other one? Hold on, let me grab it. So I recently pulled this other Peri lip tint, and one of my Shop My Stashes, I think it was not May's, it might have been April's or March's. I don't remember. Anyways, I've used this one, their lip tint. Super pretty, but this one's more like a glowy one. Like, it gives you more of a glossy look to it. So those have, like, this one quickly became a favorite, and I can see myself really liking this one. I don't know, I didn't used to like lip tints, but I'm really liking them now. Maybe it's the way they're making them now, but Peri, you should look up. I'm not trying to persuade you guys to buy. Like, don't buy if you shouldn't be buying anything, or don't feel the need to buy them. But if you're looking for new lip products, Peri, I got them off of Amazon. I do have an Amazon storefront, but those are like affiliate things. Like, I don't know, I kind of feel guilty for linking stuff like that, because I didn't know this. Storefronts, Amazon storefronts, and people link those and they don't tell you. If you buy through those links, you're supposed to get a commission from them. I've never really done that. I mean, I signed up for it and I got approved because it's like a program or something. But I always feel bad. Like, I don't want you guys to think that if I ever link my storefront, that I just want you guys to buy products off there. But the only reason why I would link it is because it makes it easier for you guys to find the exact products because they're linked. So that's where I'm kind of torn. Let me know if you guys are interested. I know I'm rambling, I'm sorry. Let me know if you guys are interested in me doing like an Amazon video. Like, I would show you guys the products that I've bought off Amazon and which ones I really like and which ones, actually I don't really think I've ever bought products I don't really like. But I don't know if that would be like a fun video, guys, for you guys to watch, like what I'm liking. But again, I don't want you guys to think, oh, you're only showing me these products and talking about these products because you want me to buy them so that you get money for them, because I don't really care. Like, sure, if you buy it and use the link and I get a little bit of money, that's great. But at the same time, that's not the reason why I'd be showing you those products. It's because I like them and I want to share them with you guys. But anyways, I do really like these lip products. I'm sorry, I rambled. I got off topic. But I do really like these, and they're on Amazon. And you guys can just type them in. Peri Peri lip tints on Amazon. And you can, you know, find them on there. Just make sure it's the actual Peri Peri sellers and not someone else. Anyways, I really, really like these. Alright. Sorry, rambling. So I'm really happy with everything that I tried today, aside from the mascara. But yeah, there you go, guys. Sorry, I'm so rambly today. It's been a long day, and I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a while. Anyways, but there you go, guys. That is going to do it for today. That is my first impression / full face of new to me product. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up because that really does help my channel. And also let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of the products that I tried out today. And if you've tried any of these products, I would love to know your guys' opinion on the products. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!